So we're gonna review it really quickly. Some of you guys want me to review this patch note with the thought process, like my opinions and stuff. And it seems like it's a real big patch. It's a lot of stuff. I can already tell that you guys gonna get Reaper. So I have a Reaper interview, which is the video 5 days ago, part 1, and then the video just came out today, right? The Moon and Thirst Reaper video. Me personally, I do not recommend Reaper, is because the class is very hard. But if you are very experienced in the game, I'm saying like you have 2-3 characters and you're looking into like another alt character that you can push, Reaper might be one of a good choice because it's challenging for you, right? But if you're a new player that has never played this game, I think Reaper might be very stressful for you because Reaper is very squishy and you die in a couple hits and their image is not going to be that great because if your class dies all the time, you might get gatekeeped. So I'm not going to stop you for it. I'm just saying not recommended to newer players that doesn't have that much experience in the game. New progression event, Punika Powers Hyper Express. So this Hyper Express I heard is from 1302 to 1445. So this particular Hyper Express, so this is like the similar stuff. So you guys are getting it much earlier than us. So this is the newer one that happened in winter time. So you guys are getting a better Hyper Express than Korea at this time. Yeah, because the one I got was for 1415. And you guys are getting it for 1445. That's huge. Giving too much may be a little bit scary for let's say bots take it take advantage of it, but that's like a totally different topic. But one thing I wanted to tell you guys is this Hyper Express is much better than the ones we got. So this Hyper Express is the one we got after Broshaza. Let's see if the new so this is a newer one after Broshaza. So basically the game is giving you rewards as if the Broshaza was released in winter. This particular Hyper Express, this is a very good time for you to start because this is when I started with the 1415 Power Pass. This is exactly when I started. And you guys see me like, oh, Albert, how do you have so many gold? Like, how do you have so many rosters of characters, right? I have a huge roster, right? You know, I played for a year and a half, and the exact point I started was this Hyper Express in the summer. Make sure if you happen to have like a friend around that really couldn't start Lostark, maybe it's a good time to ask him out. Like, hey, you want to try this game out? Like, that's pretty good, right? And then he can try it. That's exactly what happened. When people ask me in stream saying like, would you recommend a friend to start this game? I usually say no. Like, I usually laugh, right? I usually do this. Let me show you this. Albert, should we play this game? Would you recommend this game to a friend, Albert? If you say that, it will be like this.
You serious?
Now, it's different. I would recommend a friend to start, for sure. Because you have a lot of catch-up stuff that you can just enjoy weekly content with your friend. General QOL updates. Finally, a tripod update. How does this tripod update work? Watch. It is on my first video over here 2 weeks ago. I've made this video, prepared this before it's too late. And I've explained everything, how the new system's gonna look like. And I told you guys how to prepare for them. A lot of people in my chat is already prepared. So I am very glad that most people on my chat is prepared and they're going to be very confident after this change. Basically, think about your broken gear is exactly like the amulet. It's just the icon is different. So basically, if you have a broken gear, I can't give you an example for it, but if you have a broken gear, you use that as if like you have an amulet. So with that though, you guys should be very excited because what happens for the tripod itself is if you have full tripod on your character, you are significantly stronger. And if you're a transformation class, your transformation energy gets it very much, right? When you say skill transfer, etc., all the old skill inventory is going to be removed. Therefore, all your tripod is going to be on your K window, as in the skill window. You notice how I have level 1 and level 5 like this, but this one has only level 4 because I don't really need it. It's going to be like that. That's all it's going to be. Remove gold from rapport rewards. Well, I mean, Korea servers still have it. Is because we don't have that much bots. Remove gold from welcome quest completion rewards. All gold from the quest will be replaced with silver. So the silver will be nice. Well, the thing is, so check this out. In Korea right now, the early stages of the game doesn't require gold anymore. For example, most of the gold per tap is changed to silver. This kind of helps inflation because you remove the gold rewards, but you keep using silver. So when you say same for us until 1340 now, they're going to remove that over and over. As in, like, it's going to be using silver for like 1370 or like even 1415 in the future. I don't know the actual the silver spending for Korea at the moment, but that's what they're trying to do because new players will be using more silver, and then the advanced players will be using more gold. The early game gold nerfs are much stronger than Korea right now, from me reading this, because like the rapport stuff, the welcome stuff, and the Abyss Dungeon, this one, it kind of makes sense, because if you make a new account, do all of this, delete the account, I mean transfer the gold and delete it, transfer the gold and delete it, all the bots, that causes a lot of inflation in the US servers. Korea, not as much, because you can't make new characters in the Korean servers right now, because all the servers are mostly full. So that's why we don't have bots, because the servers are literally closed. This change seems to be very unique for US servers, and I think I'm okay with it. Like, as in, you guys should technically be okay with it because they're trying out new things. Gold can be spent on valuable. The limited gold shop will have variety themed chests focused on materials. Oh, you guys are getting the turtle then. I mean the frog. So the gold frog, what the gold frog does is when you pay gold frog some gold, they give you a chest full of materials, and they also give you chests for engravings. But the engraving is random though. This gold frog came every time the inflation was bad. And the engraving being too expensive. So engraving right now in Korea is very cheap, right? The only thing that's expensive is Jospong Noodle. This is the Aeromancer class engraving. Look at that. They're all white numbers. It should be less than 10K for all the pouches. You can buy up to like 5 or something like that. The problem is I didn't buy this every week. Do you know why? Because every time I bought 5 of them, and I opened it, I got some shit like Fortitude, and it got me so sad, right? I didn't buy it, but people will do, because most of the legendary engravings are like expensive, so it makes sense. PROCYON'S protection, add a new system to help new players learn Legion raids. PROCYON protection provides a buff, increasing damage dealt to monsters by 10%, reducing damage received by 20%. So this is basically like a mini grudge and a heavy armor, right? Players who have cleared the corresponding Legion raid 10 times or less will get PROCYON'S protection. This PROCYON protection is probably going to be coming back later for you guys. This is to help out the new player. It's a good buff. I think it's good, because if your new friend starts, they should be tankier than you because they don't know the raid enough. MVP system improvements. So wow, you guys have the new MVP system as well. You guys have seen me use it, right? With the little the windows coming out. If you don't get this fast enough, the game's not going to be very much enjoyable if you compare yourself to Korea, right? And this is including MVP system improvements. If you have something, and this is also including something like back and head attack improvements, because we got back and head attack after Bro Shaza, guys. After. We didn't even know what the cube's back and head was until we hit him. This is serious. They need to update QOL stuff fast, and they're doing a really good job by doing so. Stronghold updates. Added gifting feature to Strongholds. This is what we got recently as well. Like, this is like 2 weeks ago. So this is super fast. And you guys got the quiz. The quiz stuff. Wow, the trophy room and the Stronghold. We recently got this, guys. We just got this. Like, it's not even 2 months. Icon has been added to battle items. This is what we recently got too. This is this stuff. It adds a little bit of icon at the top left to show you this is a healing item, this is a bomb, and this is a grenade, right? So you can tell, because sometimes when you drag and drop, it goes, oh my god, you can't add 2 bombs. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know, those kind of stuff is going to be different. Sort auction listing default now buy now price. Thank God when this happened, I was so happy, dude. After using a change skill, new meter will show how much time is left. Oh, we just got this 2 weeks ago. So how this works is if you use a combo skill, you have a little bit of outline. Improve the spectator mode. We got this last week. There we go. General updates. Shadowhunter transformation demonic form will now have the same body type as the assassin class. The funny thing about Shadowhunter is when you transform, you couldn't interact with anything. Does that make sense? And they fixed it recently. So this is the new model, right? And then you can dance, right? You can dance if you want to with the new model. The gear level, set level, honing items, zoom, add a gates to Argos raid. Your progress will be saved at each gate. This is also very recent as well. The recent change. Oh, you guys are getting all the QOL recent changes. Yeah, the Argos is going to be gate based now instead of one thing. So it's be Argos gate 1, Argos gate 2, and Argos gate 3. And then the world map update over here. So what you can do is you can zoom in and you can zoom out, and then you can also mark up to 7 points if he mentioned it over here. It's crazy that you guys are getting the new world map though, because we got this after. Yeah, we got this very recently as well. Oh, so I think you guys are caught up with all the QOL stuff. Buffs now be retained when moving between stages and chaos dungeons. This is a good change. For example, like, you know, set effects, etc. Some of you guys were saying like, Albert, how are you guys keeping your set buff when you switch from chaos dungeon map? Yep. This is it. Added skin storage. So skin storage is this over here. If you press the skin storage, you can add in skins. This is a separate storage for skins. And then you have a lot of rooms for it too. Yeah, this is roster based, because you notice here is roster 41 and then character 1. Added new features, options, and posts to selfie mode. So this is the selfie mode. You can change effects like this. Whoa. Mosaic. Right, and then you can add pictures like this. You guys remember how we've been goofing around with the pose? Like this. Yeah, this is the pose. You guys are getting this. Yeah, it's a big update. Like, I think everything we got from the last 2 months, you guys are getting it as well. I think you guys should be very happy about that. So you got the Reaper agent skins, so you can be a real agent, bogged. Reaper Dawn skins. I don't have these skins, by the way. Now, Akrasha's Fidelity Will Cosmetics. This is the 1-year anniversary skin. People who are listening and watching my video, right? Let me tell you something about this skin. This skin is very expensive. Because how is it? Before our first year for the anniversary skin, no one played this game because this game was trash. So no one had this particular avatar for a long time. That's why it's expensive, because it's scarce. It's different for you guys. Your case, this skin is not rare. I just wanted to warn you guys, because some guys might go like, oh, why is this so expensive? And then they buy a bunch of them and then they get a smash, you know? Now, new stronghold structures. So this Yeti statue here, they didn't mention it here, right? Okay, so the new stronghold structure is this Yeti statue. So what you do is if you interact with the Yeti statue, you get to turn into a Yeti. And if people are visiting your stronghold, you can smash them and turn them into a snowman. So what you can do is, if you want to troll, is you can say, hey, I got food. Come over to my stronghold to get the food. You transform and then you hit them and then you turn them into a snowman. You can do that. A lot of people do that, actually. Now let's look at general balance updates. Okay, balance update. Nice. Hallucination set. Hallucination set. This is the new hallucination set, guys. So what happens is, don't get it too confused. It used to be if you crit, you get to reset your stack. Now you attack and the stat is resetted. So it is easier to stack up. That's why with the new hallucination set, you have builds like Team Blunt, Ignition Sorceress, something like that. That's because you don't need to crit to reset your stack. That's the biggest thing. So basically, Hallucination is easier to keep stacks up. Therefore, more classes are starting to use it. Now for GUNLANCER, the Bell Tripod, basically updated to 70% attack range. You guys have seen me do it. As a GUNLANCER player, and you guys are a GUNLANCER, but don't be excited for this. You guys still miss anyway. As in, like, I still miss anyway. It's still so short. But it went from super short to a little short. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm just being realistic here. It needs to be much longer. I'm just saying. Destroyer, you guys are going to have the new Destroyer. I can't talk about it in detail because I don't know much about Destroyer, but what is important is you guys are going to get some new skills. The gravity training is super viable. It's a super viable class. The new Destroyer, their tier is like super high because Destroyer itself is like almost an S-class tier to me because the amount of stagger that they do, amount of destruction that they do, etc. They do a lot of damage based on the utilities that they provide. And they have a taunt too, right? And gravity training destroys as well. Real good change. It's a totally different playstyle. But so my suggestion is to try them out in Trixion. Scrapper, skill damage decreased by 3.7%. They're still good. Don't worry about it. We've been always playing it. They do still do shit ton of damage. SOULFIST, damage decreased by 2. I actually don't know why this happened, but you know, the 3 SOULFIST mains could be very sad about it, but it's still not that bad anyways. It's still good. GLAIVIER, focus skill damage saved by 6.6%. This is also fine. People still don't play GLAIVIER as much, but it does a lot more damage than you think right now. And GLAIVIER itself is not too bad. But by the means by balancing, they still complain. Everyone still complains, etc. It's not unplayable, guys. We've been playing, no problem. Fast plays Scrapper, no problem. Benji plays SOULFIST, no problem. GLAIVIER, like Memo, he plays fine. He complains all the time, but GLAIVIER is fine. It's fine. Artillerist is a big change. The Barrage Artillerist is one of the best class in the game for Korea. So you guys getting the exact same change. I'm kind of looking at it right now. A specialty meter. So you can't do double class, by the way. There's no double class, okay? So the Barrage Artillerist goes the level 3 class, and then they also go all out attack. The wheelchair build. I heard Wine Blue is making a guide for Barrage Artillerist, so maybe you can wait for that. But the point is, let me tell you the stats part. If you guys like the Firepower Artillerist, it's smoge. No one plays that anymore. It's shit. Like, I usually don't say something it's shit. It's actually shit compared to the Barrage Artillerist. Barrage Artillerist is it does so much damage. But the thing is, the requirement for a Barrage Artillerist is this. You need a Pocket Bard. Bard needs to give you the buff every time you transform. Then no class is going to beat you in damage. Maybe like Striker or Surge Blade can. But like, if you happen to play it, guys should be very happy. But I'm just giving you guys an honest opinion because Firepower Enhancement sucks. And Barrage Artillerist is like SS tier. The image of Scouter is still bad. I still get rejected into parties. And it's pretty smoge. They think they do like small damage. But if you have a good uptime with Scouter, you're totally fine. I think it's just because the game, it's based on images of the class. Like, it's based on, if a lot of people saying this class sucks, people think this particular class sucks. That's a problem about this game. I think it's a problem with any MMOs where like their power is based on what people talk about, not the actual strength itself. It's like it's just a lot of perception. As long as you have a good uptime, you're still fine. So with this buff, like, I should be happy about it. It's just 4% more. Gunslinger, you guys are getting the new Gunslinger update. Let me tell you this. Watch. Gunslinger shotgun damage increased by 5%, and Sharpshooter's skill tree is updated to different one with the in a tight spot and a special bullet. And Engraving's Peacemaker effect up to attack speed, handgun stance, etc. And then it gives you outgoing damage from crit from 5, 10, 15. And additional damage 10, 20, 30 for additional targets and time to hunt. So you guys don't have ancient accessories. Okay, cancel what I said. Right now, in terms of NA, if you're playing PM, Peacemaker, 5-3 is the way to go if you're new. However, if you have a level 1 Peacemaker build with level 2 Adrenaline, and then the 4-3, right? Don't switch, because I think it's a side grade. Don't spend hundreds of thousands of gold on it. Just spend it on gems. Like, I don't understand why you would switch. If you're a new gunslinger, or if you have a 4-3, going to 5-3, I would have level 3 Peacemaker. And let me tell you what stats you're supposed to get. Full crit, and then spec. That's the high ceiling build. If you think you can't handle the speed, you pull a little bit on swiftness, but I don't know why you should be. But the reason why I'm saying that is because you need 100% crit rate on shotgun and 80% crit rate on rifle. All the skills that Gunslinger has is lopsided to the last hit, right? As far as I know, as far as you guys know, is you know when you do a focus shot, boom, 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 and the last hit has to crit. If your last hit doesn't crit, you're smooch. And the highest amount of crit that you can get is 80% on the rifle, which is equivalent to 100% on shotgun. If you go over 100%, you lose that efficiency. Even if you have 1600 crit rate, see if your shotgun is at 100% crit rate or not. That is the highest ceiling. 100% crit rate on shotgun, 80% crit rate on rifles. So time to hunt as well. So like, let's say if you're enjoying time to hunt as well, unless you have a 9-7 stone in Korean server, unless you have a 9-7 stone with a level 2 adrenaline, time to hunt is stronger in general than PM. This is factual stuff. For time to hunt right now for US, you can't have TTH3 and PM1 because that needs a 9-7 stone, right? So if you don't have a 9-7 stone, a solid 5-3, you just have TTH3. Okay? So don't compare yourself with the Korean build. It's going to confuse you. So if you have a solid 5-3, you just have this engraving with a high crit, or you convert one of these into adrenaline. You convert one of these engraving to adrenaline and have less. Those are the two options. There's nothing else. Now, Arcanist. Arcanist is also a real big change. I don't know much about it, but there are new things. Arcanist is one of the best class right now too, if you have the skills. By the way, if you have the skills, okay? Because most of the Arcanists like doing hell modes are getting like MVPs and stuff because they're big. If you're good, this does not apply to most of you guys. This is including me. If you're good, okay? When you guys are listening to this, including people who are watching this on YouTube, if you're good, most of you are not. I can guarantee you, okay? But what's important is when you guys are playing, if you're an Arcanist main and you're playing Arcana, that is something to be excited about. That's something for you to be excited about, because if you keep playing it, you guys are going to be better. I can't play Arcanist for this. I can't play Arcanist for the shit of me because it's too hard. I'm pretty sure Arcanist is hard for most people because I'm dead serious on this kind of thing, because like most of you guys would play it. I'm pretty sure she's doing low ping right now. Okay, most of you guys, because I remember for a fact, because before Arcanist came out, this chat was talking about, oh, I'm gonna play Arcanist, I'm gonna play Arcanist, I'm gonna play Arcanist. They talk about Arcana all the time. I don't see one darn player playing Arcana right now. Last week I keep asking about it. There's nobody. It's a #1 low ping worker right now for most of you guys. And why? Because most of us suck, right? Including me. If you guys are playing Arcana right now, for example, some people in my chat, he has like 4 Arcanas. I'm like, wow, he must be an Arcana enjoyer. He must be really good. He must really like Arcana. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be a real good player, right? If you're lucky with this class, no one can beat you in DPS. I can guarantee you that. But at the same time, if you're not lucky, you still do decent amount of damage. It's just that you just die all the time because you're very squishy. For those of you who are wondering, oh, why is Arcana so hard? Why is Arcana so hard? If you guys know League of Legends, there's an ADC called Draven, right? What Draven needs to do is you got to look at the map, you got to get the CS, and you got to pick up the goddamn axe, right? You have a lot of things to look at. Arcana, you have to do DPS, you have to see mechanics, you have to know which card that you get, and you have to know which card that you get and use based on the situation that you're in. And then you have to care about when support gives you the buff. That shit's hard, dude. Compared to Shadowhunter, you use your skill, transform, and spam your keys. After this update, we have 0.3 percentile player base, Emperor Arcana. But I heard this Emperor Arcana is super good. And most people play it on Hell mode as well. And this particular person is the guy that did our Arcana interview. He is the creator for the Emperor Arcana build. So we're going to have I'm going to ask him if he can do an interview again about this particular build for you guys, for the Arcana mains out there. Long story short, Arcanist is one of the best DPS class in the game too. After this update, Artillerist, big win. Destroyer, big win. Arcanist, big win. So if Arcanist mains out there, Destroyer mains out there, Artillerist mains out. Artillerist, Destroyer, and Arcanist main. God damn, these new names are getting me so confused. Now going away from the skill the balances, the skill removal compensation. This is the amulets that you get. So how do you get this amulet? If you happen to have the tripod for a certain, if you have a certain tripod that is going to get removed or changed, you guys get the amulet based on the level that you are in. For example, this is why I told you guys to do your tripod, is because if you do the tripod, they give you an amulet, and what this amulet does is you can add any skills into it. So I think I have it to show you guys an example again. So this is the example of the amulet, and the reason why I have this amulet is because they removed a certain skill. So if you right click it, you can click any skill and then put it to level 4. That's what you can do. And you guys are going to get it based on how many of the tripods that you have it as level 5 before the patch. Okay? And these kind of amulets do exist in the game where you can receive some on the trades. Like, for example, the Guardian raid trade, not the Guardian, the Legion raid trades, and then all that stuff. That's everything in the Feast with Friends update. But keep an eye out for the exclusive Twitch drops every Thursday that keep the rewards coming. In the meantime, we'll see you in Arcasia. Wow. Long story short, when I saw the big update, QOL stuff is almost the same as the Korean servers now, which I am very impressed on. Balance patch, also you guys are on track with the balance patch with the Korean server. Almost exact same QOL. You're only missing one, which is probably the on top of my head, it's the quick cast. So you guys should be very excited for that. And that's going to make your Legion raid, the Broshaza one, much easier. And as for balancing, Artillerist, Destroyer, Arcanist is a very, very big win, and it's almost a different class. All right. But you know, the other classes like Sharpshooter, you know, like Gunslinger, etc., or you know, like us, they're all fine. They're all still fine. No one needs to be scared about the balance patch. It's just all good in general. Brazilian BT Zerk, yep, BT Zerk as well. With that being said, this concludes the patch review video. I think I talked very long because the patch itself is very long. We're gonna get this video very soon, but in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, you can come over here as a Twitch chat right here anytime. Let's see those ding dongs, boys, instead of stare. Yep, there we go. There's the little ding dongs, cuddly little ding dongs. Ask me anytime when you arrive. But if I happen to get you angry, bear with me, okay? Because I do tend to get super realistic on things and you know, scold you. But that being said, this concludes the video of me covering the balance patch. Next balance patch, if there's anything very major to it, I'll keep making this stuff. With that being said, I gotta stop saying that being said every time, man. There's nothing else to do. But I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. God damn, I gotta stop being that being said.